Okay, Harsh. Good evening, Harsh. So we are going to start soon. Let others also join. Okay. Okay. Good evening, students. Only few students have joined. What about others? This is not good. That still only three people has joined. Okay. So we are going to wait 2 more minutes. Okay. And then I will start before we can't wait much. Okay. So let's start with our session. So yesterday I was basically telling you about the MongoDB Atlas. Like this, we were covering yesterday. Those who were in the session, they have the idea about it. Like I guess Shraddha has joined today. So let me just recap uh, up to 5 to 10 minutes to this at least portion. Okay. So first of all, everything now we were doing in our VS Code was basically using this URI, which is MongoDB and the 127.0.0 and this IP. Okay. So now if there is a big project and you want to save the data in the cloud storage, then we have to use our MongoDB Atlas. So for using MongoDB Atlas, you have to create a cluster where your data collection have been stored, basically in cloud memory. Okay. So for that, we have to first of all create a connection string. We have to create a cluster, and I will let you know that how you can create that. Just suppose from here, if you select a new project, this is the MongoDB Cloud official website. In MongoDB Cloud official website, if you can see over here, when I clicked on a new project, it will ask the name for me from that project. Okay. So suppose I give it a name, test, then do next. It will ask me that project owner, who is the project owner. So here my email is given. So basically I am the project owner who can change the things regarding this particular project. Okay. Like a change in IP, change in network access and other things. Now you can see they are saying that you can create a cluster. Okay. So what we are doing here, we are going to create a particular cluster over here. Through this, we can create a cluster. Now, there are some versions of cluster based on the memory usage, based on the speed they will provide. So this M10 is basically not free version. This Flex is also not a free version, but here you can see they are providing you for the learning purpose of exploring MongoDB in cloud storage. Okay, so the storage here they will give you is 512 MB. Okay, RAM is shared, and as you can see in the paid version, the storage is up to 5 GB, up to 10 GB. Okay, and also RAM is not shared. It is 2 GB over here in M10 version. Okay, then from here you can select the cluster name. Basically, it will select the region over there, which is the nearest for you. Okay. And from here, you can use the create deployment. So from here, we can just start creating a deployment. So here it is saying that, okay, this was your official username and this is the password for your connection string. So suppose if I want to change the password, like I want the password as punch at the rate 2222, like 4 times 2. I have copied it. Now create database user with this name and this particular password. So you can see when I go to this, choose a connection method, it will ask me that from where you want to actually connect your application, like Compass, the GUI, MongoDB GUI, the shell, but we are going to use drivers, okay? Because it is a good option and basically it is easy one. Now you can see here the connection string is there. Like you can see MongoDB server, the username for me, after that the password. Okay. And after that, you can see the cluster name, which is cluster 0 and something like this. This is known as a connection string through which we can create our cluster. Okay. So here you can see the cluster is created for us. And when I want to see the connection string, this is my connection string. Now here you can see if I want to use my DB password, then here I have to append the password at my end. Like if you forget to copy the connection string before and if you want to get it again, it will show you a method like this, like get the connection string. When you click on this, the connection string is there, but the password is not there. So you can use the password over here, whatever you want to use. Like here, what we can do in the upcoming set, like today, we are going to see that how we can append this MongoDB URL over there. Suppose I am storing it inside MongoDB URI. Okay, right now I am just showing you that how you can access that. And inside this, I am just pasting the whole URL which we have copied. This was the URL over there. Keep it in a double quotes. Okay, just close the double quote over here. Change the password. Like password for us was vansh at the rate. At the rate is basically a special character which is encoded to modulo 40 in this URL. Okay. And then there is 2222. This was there. After this, if you want to select a specific database, then you have to also provide its name. Like here, what is happening? This connection string is using by default any database. I want to specify that I want to use testdb over here. Okay. What I want? I want to append this database at my end so that any collection, if I am creating through this string, it will be appended to my testdb database, or whatever performance I am doing, it will be stored in my test database. Okay. Like here we have appended the test database. Similarly, in this URL, which is MongoDB Atlas URL, we are going to paste that. Okay. So I hope that it is clear that how we are going to create a cluster, how we are going to create our MongoDB URI. And basically the difference is this, like this MongoDB Atlas URL help you to store your data in a free, you can say extension over there, which we have created as a cluster using MongoDB Atlas. Otherwise, everything is same. If you are going to replace this with this, then it is going to work fine. Okay. Now, in today's session, we are going to see that how, like we have covered the front end part, we have covered the back end part also. Now let's try to see about some building middlewares over there, like custom middlewares, like CORS, cross origin resource sharing, which will provide a platform to integrate front end with back end. And if a user is sending some request from another port, then it will be accessed by that within the security purpose. So we are going to see about that how to integrate our backend with our front end. So basically we are going to write some code over there. Yeah, so basically we are going to write some code which will illustrate that how to structure our program file. Okay, like how to define our front end portion, how to define our back end portion, and then going to write some code inside that. So let's start with that. Okay, so I'm going to create a new folder over here, closing this one, creating a new folder. Okay, so I'm MERN integration, giving it a name, MERN integration. Okay. Okay, here it is. The setup is ready at my end. First of all, what we are going to do, this MERN integration is there. Okay, I will create a folder inside it having name server. Server stand for my, wait a second, let me name it. Server is basically for my backend purpose. Okay, so this server folder is created inside my MERN integration. Now, if I want to create a file inside server, I can create that and work accordingly. So what we have done, we have created a folder having name server, and this server will have some codes inside it, and we are going to see that one by one. But before that, let's go to terminal so that we can install the required dependency at our end, which is helpful for us to start the integration process. and whatever we have to do. So first of all, let's go to our server folder over here. We are right now in MERN integration. So cd space server. Here we are inside our servers. Now initialize a packet.json. So for it, we used npm init-y. Done. It will take some time. Okay, the packet.json is there. After that, install the required dependency like npm install. I want to install Express over here. Mongoose for connection. Okay. And after Mongoose, the course and .env. .env, I think that you guys have the idea about .env also, that it is a file where you store your credentials, which you hide from the outside world. Okay, like the connection string we have created just now, something like that. I will let you know about it. Don't worry. Okay, and npm install -g nodemon. We are going to start it through nodemon. So these things you can install at your end. Basically, it will help you to set up your backend. Okay, and also install npm install -g for globally install nodemon. Okay, just do it at your end. In this packet.json, now you can see dependencies are course is there, .env file is there, express is there, and mongoose is there. Okay, so these things are there at your end. Now let's see. Also, we can change it like here the script is start is here. We can add a script as start so that whenever I want to start my backend, I can use npm start directly to do that. Okay, like, or we can change it later. Just let it be this for now. Okay. So now what we are going to do, we are going to create our first file where I am going to establish the connection. So inside the server folder, I will create server.js. This file will handle all the code for my, you can say, connection method over there. Okay. So just a second. Up to then, please try to do it at your end, that install all these server over there, install the dependency, create a folder structure like this, and then we are going to continue with this. Okay, so I hope that you have done it. Now we are going to write the code. Simple one, which we have already written in the previous sessions. We are going to start with that. First of all the dependencies you have installed, you have to import them. So use it like const express equals to require express, means you are importing your express library. Done. After that, for the connection and to give the schema based schema structure or blueprint, we are going to use mongoose. Okay. So also import that, which is like this, require mongoose. Done. After that, for cross origin platform, we are going to use course, which will be imported like this in common.js. Okay. Then a .env file where I will store the port number. Okay, port number for my server to start and also the URLs over there. When you are going to create a project which will have some credentials over there, some secret key WT tokens, then you will come to know that why we write this. Okay, import the .env also, and also import like path. Const path is equals to, so that we can use the path method also if needed. Okay. So these files we should import at our end. First one express, then mongoose, course.env and path. After that, when you are going to write some code inside your .env, it can be only, just a second. Yes. So it can be only fetched if you are going to use the config function over there. Like the there will be a .env file over here, which will have some specific values over here. But if you want to use that value in your program, you have to use .env.config method so that it can fetch all the values accordingly whenever you demand through process method over there. Okay. So we'll let you know more about this when we will see that. Now create the instance of your application, like const app is equal to express. Like this, we can create an instance in React and at a application level. Now something we are going to parse. So right now I am using express.json over here, express.json also. Okay. So that if something we are going to write in our body requested.body, that can be fetched in my program. Okay, so now how to fetch the data from a .env file? We have to create a .env file also. So I'm going to do that like over here. If I create a file with the extension .env, okay, let's do that here in server.js. Okay, what I will do, I will now use in .env, I am going to declare my port number. Okay, like suppose if I want to insert port equal to 9899. And now in server.js, I want to fetch this port value. So how can I do? Const, wait, const port. Okay, const port equal to process.env means, wait, process.env means the env file fetch the port number from there. Okay, fetch the port. Other, if there will be any error while fetching this data, then just provide 5000 as the default code. You can also set this at your end. Okay, like first of all, it will try to fetch the data from .env file. But suppose if a user is not a initialize the port number over there in your .env file, then it will fetch by default this or after this or operator the 5000 port over there. Then after this, we can also use a get operator over here, like get method app.get. Inside it, it will execute at /API/health. Okay, basically give about health regarding message like simple health check. Oh, and then a function having request and response over there. it will provide me a JSON message. Right? It will provide us a JSON message where okay to be true. Something like this we can append. Okay. Just for the you can say response. If that user will hit this particular endpoint, then you will get a response like okay or true over there at the server. Okay, just a second. Just a second, guys. Okay. Yes. Now this is how we can create. Also, we can do in .env. What we can add? We can add the MongoDB URI. Suppose if I want to add MongoDB URI at my end, and for now I will use the localhost URI over here through our command prompt. I will start the Mongo SS server and provide it there. I hope that it will work. Yeah. So this is basically I can provide as the MongoDB URL. Also the test DB as the data means database so that it can use that. This is I have provided over here. Now just copying it and will fetch it from .env to my main code because we are using server.js as the main code over here. So let's write something over here, which is mongoose.connect. Okay. So that we can connect process.env dot the name of MongoDB URI where you have stored your particular URI. Okay. Like this, we can connect. And suppose if that URI will be changed with your MongoDB Atlas, then there will be no issue regarding that. Also, you can provide them the user new choose new URL parser. Could be true. Let me just write that, then I will explain. This dot then will be a arrow function where I can do connected console.log MongoDB connected. Otherwise, we'll throw an error with catch. Okay, as it will provide the error. Not semicolon, otherwise it will not. Well, then we'll provide here console.error And with the error messages, like whatever you want as the error message, connection error, error, comma, err. Okay, so what we have done in this code, up to now, we have declared all the files over there at the top to import them. Then we are using our .env.config method so that we can fetch all the data regarding our .env file in which we have stored the port number, we have stored the MongoDB URI. When you are going to create complex project at your end or big project at your end, then here you are going to store your JWT secret, your you Cloudinary API and Gemini API is key over here. Okay, so that's why I have a little bit give you an idea that how you can fetch that data inside your server.js. Okay, now this is how you can, using process.env, you can fetch some data over there which you have declared at that particular end. Okay, after this app.get, so that we can get, okay, we are getting something as response when we are starting our server. Now mongoose.connect is used to connect our process.env dot mongodb URI, means at this particular URI it will get connected, and if that will happen, they will provide us the dot then console.log mongodb connected, otherwise error message will be shown to us. Now finally start our server at a particular port number. So app.listen, and the port we have already declared, so I am using that port. Okay, and here we will just console.log server started at what is the port, 9899, I guess. Okay, like this we can provide. Okay, so let's see, try to execute it. Wait, nodemon server.js. Okay, it is saying that this console.log is creating some issue over here. Like I have used port, after that arrow function, then this C, I guess, is capital, console.log. Still, wait, some error is there. We have to fix that. Let me start it one more time. Okay, now what is connection error? Mongo passes invalid scheme is there. There is some error. Just a second. Wait, let's check that. Okay, string to start with MongoDB. Okay, I guess we are starting the string with a space. Yes. So now if I save both the files, okay, connection error it is showing. One more time, let's start it. Now we are getting like expected connection string to start with MongoDB or MongoDB SRV. Okay, but how our string is started? Our string is also starting like this, MongoDB, and then the-
Sir, do not use the double quotes over there.
here,
Yes, sir.
let's check. Okay, yes, I think now it will start. Yes, now you can see it is showing that server is started at 9899 and MongoDB connected. Okay, so let's check at a particular get API get method that what we are getting. So for that, just a second, let me open this localhost colon 9899. This was the port number, and basically at this port we will move to slash API slash health. Okay, let's see what done. If I use over here, actually we have not defined it. I think it is not taking it. Wait, no, still not running. Just a second. Facing some problem. Like server is starting successfully. Here port is 9899. In my server.js, what I am doing, like process.env.port to be fetched over here. Then I want to use this port over here. Okay, so why I'm not getting it? Just a second. Localhost colon 9899. Let's start. Localhost colon 9899 is not accessible. Why? Wait, let me clear it. Okay, MongoDB is connected and the server is started at this particular port. Then only it is listening. So when I will go to localhost colon 9899 and refresh it, data slash API slash health, still not able to get it. Let me change the route over here. If I change it to just slash, nothing will change. But let's see. Okay, so server is not starting. Why? The port we are using here. If I am missing something, like any one of you have executed it, any one of you have executed, like I am
Yes,
not
sir.
able to get. Yes, Vivek.
Uh, my show is working. App.listen port and then console.log.
Okay, so you have also used .env method,
Yes, sir.
but I don't know that why it is not fetching.
Wait.
Let me just change the port number to 8000 and then
Sir,
let me
is there
check
a semicolon also in the env or it is just okay?
in the .env.
Yes, sir. Do not use that semicolons.
Okay, just a second. Yes, I think that's what that was the error. So let me just make it to 9899. Okay, let's start again. I do it now. Still not working. Wait, just a second. Okay, 9899 server.js will listen at this
Uh,
at yes,
Sir, can you scroll a bit?
yeah.
Ah, sir. Okay, app is equals to express that is also defined. Hmm.
Just a second, just a second.
and
What? Like,
sir, it will
wait.
be fine.
Yes, express.js. I have
Yes, sir,
created
it
the
will be fine.
instance. Wait.
And then
Okay, so let me just try it now. Host colon 989. And okay, now it is done. So it is providing us a JSON response that, okay, using this .env file, we were starting our server. Okay, and now it is working that I was using colon over here, which was the error. We don't have to use colon after that. Okay, so good, Vivek. Good catch.
thank you, sir.
Okay, so now after inside the same folder in our server folder, I am going to create a separate folder having name model so that we can define our models over here. And in this model, I can name it anything like test.js. Okay, this is the name of my file where I'm going to define a particular schema for it. Okay, so let's do that. Const mongoose is equal to require mongoose. Okay, after this, we can make it like node schema or test schema is equal to, and now I am going to create a schema using mongoose.schema method, which we have already done. Mongoose.schema, the S must be capital over here. Okay, and inside it, I will define the schema for my file, like title over here, which is of type string. The S must be capital. Okay, and it is a required field. Required to be true means that this field is required. User have to provide that before moving further. After that, a content, something like that. So I will, instead of test, make it node schema. Okay, we are creating a schema for our node, which has some title and then the content inside it, like whatever the content you want. So I want it to be in string format. Okay. The schema is closed over here. Now also, if you want to see the timestamp over there, that when you have created that particular node, for that we can also use timestamp to be true. Like timestamps will be marked as true so that we can get a particular timestamp with that. Now, if you want to use it in another files, so what we can do, we can export them. So module dot exports is equivalent to mongoose dot model, creating a model with the name note over here, like note. Okay, and it will use the schema which is node schema, like this one, node schema. We are going to use this schema whenever I will create a particular node. Hope it is clear. What we have done, we have created a schema with a title which is a required field and then the content inside it. Suppose the title will be gym and the timing for it, and it will provide the timestamp also, like what is the timestamp regarding that particular node. Then export that particular module using mongoose.model node schema.js. And this timestamp will basically is going to add that created at or updated at. Means like we have already seen created at in the yesterday session when we have used model define a schema over there. It will print us the time. Okay. Now we are going to create a route for it so that we can also use that. So for that, create a separate folder in server.js Okay. Now name it route. Okay, routes. And inside this routes, create a file which will have the controller and route at your end. Okay, so for that, I'm going to write the code and give the name for this file as node.js. Okay, so let's name that also. Okay, let's write the code over here. So first of all, const express equals to require express, because here I want to uh, add some get method over here. Okay, so for that I'm uh, importing my express library. Okay, done. After that, what we can do? We can create a particular router type middleware so that it can run before getting a particular endpoint. So let's start that also, like const router is equal to express dot router. Okay, like this you can create router level application. Const node is equal to, now here we are going to use the path where I have defined inside my models that particular node. Okay, so for that I'm going to write, so const node is equal to require, and here I have to provide the particular path. So just go outside this particular folder, you will get models. Okay, models over there, and in this model just go to the file which is test.js. Inside model we have test.js. Yes, so basically just go to this particular file and we have to append the path in double quote, then it will be in readable format. Okay, like this we have provide the part that from where we can get the schema of that particular node. Like schema we have defined inside this model section. So for that I have given the path accordingly. Now we will write the get API over here, like router dot get, and it will listen at a particular port like slash. Okay, and here I am going to use a asynchronous function which will basically take your request and response object. Oh, wait. Request and response object, and accordingly, we are going to write the code inside it and try catch block so that any error will be happen. It can be handled by the catch block. So const nodes is equal to await. Now we are going to find a note over here. Note dot find whatever node we are going to insert. We are going to find that accordingly and will sort them according to their created timestamps. Okay. So I am using sort function over here. Basically what it will do, just sort. Oh, wait, I have done something wrong. Okay, so we'll go inside it, node dot find, and then dot and sort method over here. Why it is not using sort? Okay, so let's let it up to this. Okay, what is that? Wait, const node, how multiple? These are coming over here. Let me just remove them. Okay. This is it inside our try block. And then I am going to write the response, that response dot JSON, and it will provide me the notes over here. Okay. Whatever the notes will be, we will get that. Then the sketch method over here, which will have some error and log us the status code like 500.json, and we will print the message over here like error message, whatever we want to provide, message as error.message. Okay, so we can do this. Up to this, everything is clear, I guess. Okay, so basically what will happen through this, that this is the get route, which will list all the nodes over there, for which we are going to write the post route also. Okay, through post, we are going to post something into this particular node section. Okay, and that, just a second, just a minute, let me just share these codes with you up to now, up to then, and also in the, you can say, our server.js change. Yeah, this is the server.js. Let me paste it at your end. Then create different folders over there, which is like model.js. Inside this test.js is there. Test.js inside model.js, the code for it. After that, in our routes folder, there is nodes.js. For the nodes.js, the code is this. So just try to check it. Okay, so I hope that all of you have set it up to now. So right now through this, we will only get an empty set over there because we have not inserted any, you can say, post over there. Like we are not using post method. So there will be no note right now. So right now I am going to write the code about post, then also put and delete. So basically we are going to do that. After this, we are going to import these file in our main file, and then we'll start with the output section. So let's write the code for our post method. Okay, so the post will listen at a particular port endpoint slash. Okay, and here what we have to do, we have to start the server. Like we have to use async, and it will take what request and response object over there. And after this, what we can do, basically here we are going to write the code through which we can insert some data to our request.body section. Okay, so for that I am going to write like fetch the title and content, title and content from where, from our request.body. Means if I'm going to post something from my postman, then in body section I'm going to write this title, I'm going to give this content according to my schema. So just fetch the value of these things over there. Okay, this will be done. After that, will be happen what will happen, we are going to see that if title is there, because title was the required field, so I am taking the condition for that. If title is not declared, then return the status code, like response dot status as 400. Means there is some error because I can't find any title over there, and it will print you a message where we will see title required. Means you have to provide the title, it is a required field. Okay, this is done. Then start a try block over there where we are going to maintain other things like const note is equal to creating an instance for that new note with the particular title and content over there. Okay, hope it is clear that what we have done in this bit of section. First of all, that you know that post request we are going to handle from postman. Okay, so it will work at a particular endpoint. So for at slash, like localhost colon 9899 slash, I'm going to post this post request. Okay, it will fetch the title and content from the requested body. Like in body, we send some JSON data. That JSON data will be passed over here in title and content. Suppose if data is not there, then they will return us that you have to provide the title because it is a required field. Otherwise, what will happen? That it will store the note, the title and content, okay, and save to the database. Like whatever is there, they will save it to database by save method over there, which is note dot save. This node is having the actual value of your node with the content. Okay, so basically you are saving them to your database. This one is done. If these things is successfully done, then provide me the response status code over there 201 for my success code, and also provide me the node what I have inserted. And if there will be any error regarding this, so the catch block is going to handle that. Okay, like this, we can provide response dot status code over there like 500 and a message. Okay. In this message, what we can do? We can print a message like error message. Whatever is the error message, we can do that. Okay. So basically, this is the code we can write for our post method. What we have done in the post method, first of all, we have seen that, okay, user is going from the postman tool. You are going to add some data in the JSON file over there, and that data will be restructured over here from the request body. Okay. So when it will be restructured, it will search that is title there. Whatever data you have provided, is the title there. If the title is not there, then it will throw you a message error like title is required, you have to send that. Okay. And if that will be if this title is there, then it will move to the strike part over here and select, just save all the things like title and content into this node constant and save it to database and provide you the response status code as 201 and the note what you have inserted. If there will be any error, the error will be handled at this part. So hope it is clear. Now we can also write the update and delete code for it, and then we will check that is it working or not. Okay. So it is taking time. So today we are going to write the backend code. Okay. And then tomorrow we will write the front end code and then integrate both at the end of tomorrow session. So then it will be completed and you are good to complete your week 5 project. Okay. So do this also, like I want to add the put method now so that we can update. Why we use put method? To update the existing resource over there. Router.put. Now, to update something, you must have a particular parameter over there. Like here, I will use ID. Okay. We have also seen in yesterday's session that how we were using ID over there to fetch some data, then provided request and response object accordingly and write the code to update it. First of all, what will happen? You will maintain a try block over here. Cons note, here we are going to find something by ID and update that. So cons note equal to await from all the nodes over there. Just find by ID and update. This method is there for updating something. We have to find by ID and update that. Okay. And from where it will find it? It will find it from request dot parameters over there, which is this, your ID. Means you are finding it through their ID. Then you want it to be updated in request.body section. So just provide it and then you are good to go. And if you want to tell, okay, you want to update, so just provide this Boolean value for true to new to be true. Okay, done. This portion is done. What we have done over here in this particular line, that through a particular ID in this URL, you are using request.params.id so that it can fetch the ID. And after that, getting this ID, you want to update your request.body section because you want to update something over there. Okay. Now they will check that with the specific ID, if any node is finded or not. So if node not found, we have to also mention these conditions so that we can return the response regarding that also. So it will return me response.status code, which I will set as 404 for error, and then provide them the JSON response with the message not found, like note not found. Suppose if the ID is not there and still you are finding, then it will throw you an error that note not found. Okay, done with this also. If everything works well, then what we have to do? We have to print that note also. So response.json and then print that particular note over here. Okay. Now let's write the code for the catch part also. In this catch part, we are going to handle this particular error. Response.status. Here what I will do, the 500 status code dot JSON, and here I will print the message, whatever the error dot message will be. Message will be like err dot message. Okay. This is the code for update. Let me elaborate it one more time that what we have done to update our route. See, first of all, for updating, we have to target a particular node or particular element over there. How I am targeting it? As MongoDB insert ID by default. So we are targeting this ID over there. Okay. So with the specific ID of a particular document, we are going to update them. Now what will happen from different nodes over there? It will find by ID and update it. Okay. And to find it through by ID, so the requested URL is there. You will search the parameter ID over there. Okay. You will find that. You will change your requested body over there. And if the note is not there, you will get that note not found. Otherwise, you will see the response. Okay. Updated the note with the note uh, criteria over there, which has the title and also another thing with content is there. Okay. So this is how you can update that. Now we can also write a particular route for delete. Okay. We can also write the code for it. What we have to do? Router level middleware is there. So it will run only for a particular route where you are going to provide ID over there. Okay. So it will delete something by their ID, and then same thing, callback function, request dot response, request, comma, response over there. Okay, where I'm going to write the code to delete something. So let's write it also. Basically, we are going to do it with try catch so that the code can be readable. Cons node. Here, what we are going to do here, we are going to find by ID and delete that. So await node dot find by ID and delete. Okay, this function is already there. I have just used that. And from where it will get the ID? It will get the ID from our requested dot params dot ID. Hope it is clear. Now, if note will be not found, if not note, then you know that what you have to return? You have to return response dot status with the code 404. And then you can append a message over here like messages not found, something like this, not found. And you can append that there is nothing to delete with this particular ID. Okay, so it's up to you that whatever you want to use, you can use that. After this, if the note is found, then what will happen? We have to provide response.json as message, and then we will provide them that deleted. Okay, so deleted over here. Okay, this is done. Now we have to, if the try catch is doing all the work, then we have to write a catch block so that in case if any error will happen, that user has not provided the correct ID or any other error message, it can also show us. So this error part over here, inside it, what I'm going to write? Inside it, response.status, status, okay, and then a status goes at 500 and whatever you want here, provide them a JSON format message where you will get error dot message. Okay. Yeah. Now I think it is good. Just a second. Why it is showing me? Just a minute. Try catch is done. 8 const node equals await. Oh, I have to not use this.
Sir, in the router dot delete, before the parenthesis of request and response, write
Yeah.
async
Oh,
there after
yeah.
the com.
That's why. Okay. Okay. Wait. Okay. Now it is good. Okay, so we have written all the code over here, which is like for get route, okay, for post, for put, and for delete, so that we can insert the data, we can get the information regarding that data through get, we can update that data using ID, we can delete that data using delete. Now let's export this module. So module dot export, inside which file we have we have write it inside notes.js file. Okay, so we are exporting it module dot export this router from here. Okay, and then in server.js we have to use that. So let's move to our server.js. While importing, now I will add it as cons nodes router. Okay, and here we have to provide the path like dot slash, means in the same directory search for routes folder, because we are inside our routes folder. Then the name of your file, what is it? It is notes. Hope it is clear. We have done it. After this, also I want to use this. Okay, so after the slash get method, we can use it like app.use, and here we can use it like this slash API. First go to this API, then slash node section over there, and then call my particular nodes route, which is okay. So wait, oh, I have to define it before this. Alt A, it is crashing. Wait, I have given the wrong path or what? Oh yeah, here what is missing? A equals operator is missing. Now they have done it. Oh wait, this is good now. Still app is crashing. We have to check it. Just a minute. Okay, it is done. Let's use it over here. App crash slash API slash node and nodes routes. I am using, it is not routes, it is router. That's why it is crash. And I think I am not using a correct, wait, slash API nodes slash API nodes is there, and the nodes router, which is here we have imported. So why it is not working? Wait, app is crashed. Let me see that why it is crashed. Argument handler must be a function where server node.js router. Wait, let me just check that what is the error coming over here. Wait. Okay, let me check, is the error now? No, now it is not there, but I have to use it. It is crashed now. App dot use slash API slash nodes and then the nodes router. If this is successfully imported, then why I'm getting this? Wait, waiting for file to before starting. It is providing me argument handler must be a function. Okay, so where I am missing this function part, let me check my code. So here, this nothing related to this in routes node.js. What is happening that we are going to create a particular route for each and everything. Router is there. We have imported the file. Write the get method over there. Okay. Then after that, we have write the post method over here, which is correct. Put method, everything is correct over here also. Delete method and then exported it. Okay. Module dot exports equal to router. Now I hope. Let me start it again. No. Argument handler must be a function. Somewhere I am doing a syntax error. So in server.js, if I go, so what I have to done over here, first of all, I have to, yeah, this is the, here I was missing require. That's why it is not importing that at our end. Okay, now it is correct. Yeah, good. Okay, now let's try to see with our postman that are we able to access this or not. The server is already started. So let's move to our postman over here. Let's try to check it with that. Okay, here is the get. So first of all, we are using get method. So like HTTP localhost, the port number was 9899, I guess. Yes, it is 9899. Okay, then I will change it accordingly. First of all, add this API slash nodes. Let's see over here what we are getting. An empty array is coming. Why an empty array is coming? Because there is nothing right now at this particular port. Now let's try to post something over here. So let's do that. At the same endpoint, what I will do, go to my body section, choose the raw data over here and select the JSON part. Okay. Now what we have to provide here, we have to provide the title first because it was a required field. So let me just provide them the title over here, which is suppose first note. And after that, I want some content also. Content for my note. Okay. Like in content, this is just for testing. Okay. Now let's send it and let's see that what is coming. Okay, you can see our post method is also running successfully because it is providing me a status code 201 as according to my code written over there. Title is there, content is there, ID is inserted successfully and created because of the timestamp. We are getting created at and updated at value over there. Hope it is clear. Okay, now let's try to wait, let me just post multiple post over here. Wait for a minute. Yeah, what I will do, I will make it second node, testing phase 2. Okay, we'll send it and it will provide me the response accordingly. Just a minute. Second node is also done. Okay, good. And one more node, just one more, which is third node. And this is testing phase 3. Okay, let's send it now. And it will be also done. Yeah, third note is also added. Now, if I go to this get method over here and send it, then you can see the data is visible over here. First document, second document, and third document or third note over there. So this is clear. Now let's update these things. Okay. How we are going to update them? We just have to use a particular ID over there. Like use the put method. Now, just a second. Just a second. Huh? Where is it? Yeah. In server.js or in nodes.js where I have written the code. Okay. Let me just see for slash ID means after this I have to append slash ID over there. Okay, here it is. What will I do? I will append a particular ID. For third node, I am providing them this ID. Okay, let's see that will it work or not. Okay, what you want to change? I want it to be third node like this. This is what I want to update. Let's see. If I send this, are you able to see this is updated successfully? So this is how we can use Postman to update the things. Now, also let me show it for delete because we have write all the code for that from scratch. So let's check. So for the same thing, I am deleting it. Okay. So for the same route, because it will also accesses by ID and deleted, I am doing that. So let's see. Okay, you can see the message deleted is shown to us. Means our backend is working fine. So this is what we can do through this. Let me just close all the unnecessary tabs over here. Yeah, this is my main file. Okay. Also, let me close the terminal from here for a while. Yeah. In nodes.js, all the backend code is written. This server folder is completed. The backend part is working fine. Now what we will do, we will try to create the front end for it. Okay. Why we want to create the front end? So that we can integrate our backend, which is running on 9899 port number, and then our front end, which will run on a particular port. And both the things I am going to integrate using Axios. Okay. Axios is basically we use to integrate our front end with back end. It is basically advanced version of Fetch, and it is more intelligent wise than Fetch. So we are going to use that. So if you want, then we can start with the front end part also. Otherwise, in tomorrow session, we will write the code for front end and then just integrate them at the last. Okay, so yesterday session, we are going to complete it. Okay. And then I will assign you the project. Okay. So is it clear to everyone? Just respond in the chat box because today we have written all the code parts. So sometimes because of writing, there will be some syntax error. So that's why it will take some time. Okay. Thank you so much that it is clear to you. Okay, good. That's good that everyone is responding. Now let me just share the code with you. Okay. Why? Because it is also important that you have all the code part with you. So one by one, I am just sending you this code part for my nodes. Like, let me just go give you first server.js. Okay. I am writing the comment with the file name server.js. This is the code for server.js. Oh shit. Wait. So this is your server.js. Just copy that at your end and try to do it. Then in model section in test.js, this is written the schema. So in models in test.js, here we have written the schema. Okay. In routes in nodes.js, we have written this main code. In routes, okay, nodes.js. Just remember the file name that the first one was note.js. This is nodes.js. Okay. So here it is. If we just go through once that what we have done, we just created a server.js. First part, we were integrating or setting up with the connection part with the MongoDB. For that, we have used env file over here. In env, we don't have to use semicolons over here. Otherwise, it will throw us an error. Okay. So this is how we have integrated it. Then we have write the code in the model that what was the schema for it. We have defined the schema accordingly in this mongoose.schema method. After that, go to route section. In route section, what we have done, we have actually written the all code related to the backend portion, which is to get method, post method, put method, and your delete method. And for that, everything we have written in detail, in depth, and just imported two files over there, which was important. First one is your Express library, and then the schema which it will use for your model to establish and for your routes. Okay. Then after writing all this route code, we have to go to our server.js where we will export this particular route and provide this middleware that you have to go to the slash API, then slash note, and then call this nodes router over from there. Okay. So the nodes router is already declared over there. And we have just done that. Okay. So here is the nodes router. That is we have done. I hope that it is clear. Then if everything is clear, then we can wrap this session. And if there is any doubt regarding today's session, you can ask. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Vatsal. I hope that it will be clear to you. Okay, good. Yes, I can share that. It was like mini projects. Actually, wait, I have to search for it. Just a second. If anyone of you have that project mail, like mini projects, gncipl.com, something like that. Oh, so I get it. Wait, I'm sending it. Yes, thank you, Isha. Isha has already shared it. This is the right one. Okay. Are you not able to just post the data? Yes, underscore is there. Mini underscore projects at the GNCIPL. Okay, so anyone have used this mail to post their code part? Okay, just try it again, Vishal. If the same error will happen, then let me know. I will cross check it. Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you everyone for joining the session. We are going to connect tomorrow at 6 p.m. and I will assign you the week 5 project. Okay. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you, Vivek. Thank you, everyone.